I have done my project on tautology. Tautology is the saying of the same thing twice in different words, generally considered to be a fault of style, or we can just say redundancy for short. Here are some examples of tautology in sentences. Now for the sentence, I went there personally, you already are saying that you went there, so saying personally after it is unnecessary because you have been there and not someone else. For the next example, the school was in close proximity to the explosion. You already have said the school was close, and by adding proximity, you are just restating how close the school was to the explosion. The example, in my opinion, I think he is wrong. You have said that you think he is wrong, and that's your opinion. By adding in my opinion, you're unnecessarily restating what you have said. For my examples of tautology in real life, I found pictures that depict what it means. My first picture is of a dead-end road with a dead-end sign right at the end. If the road doesn't continue, we know that it won't, and by putting the dead-end sign at the end of the road, you're just restating that the road ends. If the sign were at the beginning of the road, then it wouldn't be a tautology because it's informing you of the dead end and not being redundant in saying it when you clearly can see there's no more road. I have included another example of a dead-end road sign in my project, which is my own humorous attempt at tautology. My last picture is of a building surrounded by a chain-link fence with a sign saying, "Restricted area, authorized personnel only." That's redundant because if there was no fence there, then you could go right on in, but since there is, you can't. The sign then is just restating what the fence's purpose is in keeping out intruders. For my examples of tautology in works that we have studied this year, I took them both from The Glass Castle. Jean didn't fully say this, but implementing tautology into it would be, Jean tells Laurie that her bust of Shakespeare is a true work of art. It looks great. By saying it looks great, you are restating Shakespeare is a true work of art, and not providing new information. My other example from The Glass Castle is when Jean is getting ready to go to New York, and her mother tells her that she wished that she would be going to New York personally. By saying personally, you are just restating that you wish to go and you are the only one wanting to go and not someone else. I have come up with my own examples of tautology. My first example, eating meatloaf makes my stomach feel sick. It doesn't agree with my stomach. You already have said meatloaf makes my stomach feel sick, and by saying it doesn't agree with my stomach, you are just restating meatloaf makes my stomach feel sick. My second example, the plate shattered into a million pieces. The plate broke. We already know the plate shattered, and by saying the plate broke, you're just restating that the plate shattered. My third example, she would take care of her mother herself, is a tautology because we know that she would take care of her mother, and by saying herself, you aren't providing new information and you're going to take care of your mother and not someone else. To sum everything up, tautology is the saying of the same thing twice in different words, generally considered to be a fault of style. I hope this video has helped you understand what tautology means. Now go give someone a high five.